Welcome back to day 24 of our 90-day Python mastery series. Today, we transition from writing scripts to building programs by mastering functions. Imagine writing the same logic 10 times. It's a maintenance nightmare. Functions allow us to write once and use everywhere. We start with a definite keyword. This tells Python we are defining a block of code. Note the colon and the mandatory indentation. Just like variables, function names should be descriptive. Use snake case. Let's write a simple function called greetUser. Here it is. But notice, when I run this script, nothing happens. Why? Because we defined it, but we didn't call it yet. To execute the code inside, we must call the function by its name followed by parentheses. Now, hello appears in the console. Functions become powerful when they accept data. These are called parameters. They act as placeholders inside the parentheses. By adding name inside the brackets, we tell Python, expect a value here. This makes our greeting personalized and dynamic. Pro tip, name is the parameter, the variable in the definition. Alice is the argument, the actual value passed during the call, dot. We can separate multiple parameters with commas. Let's create a simple addition function that takes two numbers, a and b. Up until now, we've used print. But in real-world apps, functions need to give back a result to the main program using return. Print just shows text. Return exits the function and sends the value back. This allows us to store the result in a variable for later. See this? By using return, I can save the sum into a variable called result. If I used print, result would be empty, none, dot. Order matters. If I call describe pet, dog, Rex, Python maps them in that exact sequence. These are positional arguments. To avoid confusion, you can use keyword arguments. By explicitly naming them in the call, the order no longer matters. What if a user forgets an argument? We can set a default value. If no message is provided, it defaults to good morning. Important, non-default parameters cannot follow default ones. Python needs to know which values are mandatory first. Documentation is key. Using triple quotes immediately after the definition creates a doc string. It explains what your code does. Now, a tricky part, scope. Variables created inside a function aren't local. They don't exist outside that specific box. If I define x equals 10 inside a function and try to print x outside, Python throws a name error. It's protected within the function. Variables defined in the main body are global. They can be read anywhere, but modifying them inside a function requires care. To change a global variable from within a function, you must use the global keyword. Use this sparingly to avoid spaghetti code. Did you know Python can return multiple values at once? It actually returns them as a tuple, which you can then unpack easily. Here's how we unpack that tuple into three separate variables. This is a very Pythonics way to handle complex data. Let's look at a practical example. We will split a tax calculator into three functions: input, calculation, and formatting. Watch how much cleaner that main part of our script becomes. It reads like a story rather than a wall of technical logic. Let's troubleshoot. Most beginners forget the parentheses when calling a function, or they mess up the indentation block. Your turn. Create a function that takes a radius as a parameter and returns the area. Pause the video and try it now. Here is the solution. Note how we used the math module and the return keyword to pass the calculated area back. Great job! You now understand the building blocks of reusable code. Tomorrow, we explore advanced arguments. Subscribe to Edulexis.
Thank you for watching. Like if you learned something, share with your circle, and subscribe for more.